Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ÉISG podcast, an intern survival guide, where we teach you how to survive in Paris and during an internship at an indie festival. We have new hosts every week with different topics each time, ranging from music, fashion, tourism, but above all, independent cinema. We hope you like today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next edition of ÉISG's Intern Survival Guide. Warning: this podcast occasionally contains strong language which may be unsuitable for children, unusual humor which may be unsuitable for adults, and lots of LGBTQ plus jokes which may be unsuitable for assholes.
Hello and welcome to ÉISG's podcast. Today it is hosted by myself, Emily.
And me, Brian.
And today we are going to be talking about the most recent season of Black Mirror because it annoyed us a lot. So we're going to give our analysis, our thoughts, and if anybody wants to share their opinions back at us, feel free.
Yes. And then maybe talk about some other Black Mirror episodes if we have the time.
Yes. So, we're talking about Black Mirror Season 6. It came out on the 15th of June to Netflix. And we watched most of it the first day and then some of it the second day.
Should we talk about it in the order we watched?
Sure.
It's the first one.
So, yeah, first episode, which is that we watched, but is actually the second episode of the season, was Loch Henry. And we watched the episode because I'm Scottish, and it's about a young Scottish boy who takes his American girlfriend back to his little town in Scotland, and they're both making a film together, and they kind of stumble upon a mystery.
Inverkeithing.
Nope, Inverary.
Damn.
Is where it's filmed.
Inverary.
And I'm truly Scottish because I actually know the exact place. I hated this episode. It was absolutely awful. It obliterated Scotland as a place. Completely didn't utilise anything interesting. All of it is just wow, this place is so beautiful. Imagine if something dark happened here.
Yeah, and it was mostly this place is beautiful and empty. Nobody knows about this. And nobody goes here. It's Scotland. They don't even have phones.
It's written by an English guy, but it feels very much like Americans coming to Scotland, and it's kind of that feeling is made worse by the American girlfriend, who is so horribly written because you just instantly hate her.
Yeah, she was so annoying.
Yeah, and all her thing, basically, this is going to have spoilers in it. The plot of the episode is they go back to the town, and then they're going to make a film about some egg thing, right? Which is, silly, but the boy's but we're telling the story.
He conserves bird eggs.
Some guy. And they're going to make a film about it. Then they go back to his town and discover that actually there were murders there.
She discovers it through him because it's a very well-known thing in the town that there was this guy who would take tourists who were visiting and he would murder the people, and it was a slew of tourists that were murdered throughout the years, and people didn't know why these people were going missing until finally his father, the Scottish guy, stumbled upon the murder scene, right? And she was oh, this is what we should make the film on. Not really having any sensitivity towards the subject.
Yeah. So she's very not likable as a character because they're discussing the one kind of bad thing that's happened to the small town, in which the Scottish boy's dad ultimately died as a result of it because the murderer shot him, and then he got blood poisoning or something and ended up dying from it. The shot wasn't fatal.
Yeah.
But there's just no sensitivity towards if this actually had been a thing, then the story, the characters are so grating, and the biggest thing for me is none of them are actually Scottish. The one guy, no, there's two guys in it, sorry, who actually are Scottish. They're very minor characters. The main, like the boy, he's not Scottish. He's very English, and you can completely tell. How quickly did I say?
Like right away. I think he said, not like he spoke. It was
like
when he entered the bar. The
It was
bar.
like not even 5 minutes
Scottish
in.
bar, like of course. The pub.
Yeah, but it was like so quickly in, it was obvious. And then his mum was Irish.
Yeah,
and
that was like, she was Irish. Like,
yeah.
There was no even attempt on
like
an
she was
accent.
like trying to do an accent. You could
I
tell,
thought it was
but
like just completely Irish.
no. Like she definitely was trying, because there's like soft Scottish accents up north that she was definitely going for, but did not achieve. Like, Scottish actors exist. Please hire.
And can we touch on one thing that's like a plot matter?
Yeah.
It's gonna spoil like the whole thing now. So
This has spoilers. That's okay.
yeah, it turns out right that the mom and his dad were working with the guy,
murderer,
and like they were all involved in it, and like that's like such a big part, because then
his dad's a part of the police. His dad was
we
the one
said
that
that
discovers.
Stop.
Yeah, but he's also like, he was a.
But remember, the whole time the mom was like, they made a point at the beginning where it was like the mom is so angry and the family's so angry because the dad was killed by this murderer and his story was untold. And then the mom was always like, yeah, tell this story to give your dad justice or whatever. But like, why would she want him to do that if knowing that her dad was involved? His dad was involved, you know what I mean? Like, in the beginning, she was like totally like, yeah, like this is messed up. Like, of course I'm gonna help you with the documentary and stuff. And then it's like, they didn't even do a thing where it was like, okay, maybe she wants the story to let out or whatever. Like, I guess they were doing that. Is that?
To be honest, I don't remember what she said at the beginning. I just remember, when they do the flashback at the end, being like, and this was the hints that she was involved.
Yeah, they even show you flashbacks of like, oh, this is what she, like, it was like, she's like, I haven't been on camera in a long while, because then they like were filming the thing. It was like,
they filmed like the torture that they did to the people they kidnapped.
It's like clearly they're running out of ideas, and it just makes you feel stupid watching this, that you're like,
it was a, like, in my opinion, a bad plot, that like the twist was just there for like the sake of being like, it's a twist, rather than any meaning behind it or anything. But just like, I don't think I'd be so offended by the episode if it wasn't Scottish, and there's absolutely no need for it to be Scottish, because they've done nothing.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
With the location,
and
they
like,
didn't even hire Scottish people.
Same story,
like, yeah.
but in like, I'm from New Jersey, like in New Jersey, same thing, right?
Yeah.
And like, if it was like some small town, or Maine, actually, that's where I live in. Like, if it's in Maine, right, and they're like, okay, this is like off beaten track, same thing, wouldn't do no difference, right? Because it's
yeah, Scotland is like an incredible place that really is so beautiful, and it's like kind of, I don't know, there's just so much that, like, so many stories that could be told. We have interesting lore and history, and you've just done like nothing with
it's a
that.
lively place.
Yeah,
like, I think the whole
also
thing was...
Inverary's not a quiet town. Like, they made up a fictional town for it, but Inverary's not a quiet place. It's very, very busy. It's literally never quiet. It's like, sorry, it's like on the main road, like up, when you go up north in Scotland, like, it's a very popular place. You always stop there for ice cream. They've got an amazing jail. It's got a really good, like, intricate history of the Scottish law system.
And the town is,
it's
the
beautiful,
fictional town is called Loch Henry.
Yeah. That Henry, not a Scottish name.
And Loch, like, isn't a loch of lake.
Yeah, like,
it's not
you wouldn't.
An actual lake. It's
I'm sure there are towns in Scotland that are, like, right next to a loch that are called Loch something, but Loch Henry, not real. Doesn't sound Scottish at all.
I didn't know that it was like a loch could be the name of a town too.
I feel like that's
Do you
not.
know any?
No. It would only be like if it was next to a loch.
Yeah. But you know it, like Loch Ness, right? There's no.
No, I don't know. But like,
Drop
I'm not
the
gonna.
rocket.
We have a lot of. We have a lot of lochs.
Yeah, there are a lot.
So
of
there's
lochs.
probably
You would know
somewhere
as well.
that like has I'm just saying there's a possibility.
That there is a lock.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
But
the
it's
lock
maybe
part
not a
is
common
right.
thing, so yeah, that's goofy as well.
And then I feel like too the reason why they thought it had to be in Scotland was because it's like, oh, like the big part of it was tourists used to come to this place, and now no tourists are coming at all, and it's completely dead. And as well as the people being able to be taken and killed because they were tourists visiting, the whole thing was basically like, this town needs tourists to survive. There could be nothing else because there's nothing up there, like sort of thing. It just made it feel like Scotland was like the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
I
is
think
like
even if you go
not
up
true.
north of Scotland, it's really busy. Like not really busy. I don't mean it like that, but it's not like completely dead. And there are houses out in the middle of nowhere and stuff. But we're quite a small place, so the middle of nowhere for us is still going to be
Like
an hour to some form of like decent sized town.
Yeah.
3 hours maybe if you're like right up to like the next big city.
How long does it take to get from Edinburgh to the top?
I don't know, but from Glasgow
Glasgow.
is 4 hours to there, and then like another. I think it would take from Glasgow maybe 6 or 7 hours.
Okay. Wait, but the train is like 6 hours to London.
Yes, like
It's equal distance.
because you need to go like that and then up, and then you go along
yeah.
like the coast, and you go in and out.
I think we should.
Rating for Loch Henry is literally like 1 out of 10. Didn't feel like Black Mirror at all either.
Yeah.
There was a twist, it was stupid, and nothing to do with like society, technology. Just bad. Right?
I'm trying to think of like a fun rating system. Like a colored of the mirror. What color
Red.
mirror? You'd give it a red mirror.
I'd give it a horrible like murky green mirror.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd probably give it like a brown mirror.
Yeah. So it's a terrible rating system, but go off. Next episode that we watched was
it Beyond the Sea?
Beyond the Sea. Yeah.
That's probably the best one in the season. Like it has a really good consistent story throughout. Great acting. Aaron Paul was really good.
Yep.
Jesse.
From Breaking Bad.
Mr. Pinkman.
Yep. However, I too liked this episode. They just didn't stick it with the landing.
Oh, it was such a terrible ending. Like it could be the worst ending out of. I mean, some of them sucks.
I think it was so bad an ending because the ending
sense.
had been so good. The rest of the thing had been so good.
Yeah.
And then they were just going for a plot twist, which things don't always need to have a plot twist. Like that doesn't make something good. It doesn't make something enjoyable. Basically, the plot of this is there are two different guys who are...
Spoiler.
Yeah, again, everything's a spoiler.
Yeah, but we tell them when the spoilers can
okay.
happen, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy with that. They go up to space, and they're like doing some sort of space mission, and the pair of them are up there. However, down on Earth, they have robot versions of themselves who... So when they like go to sleep, when they're up in space, they put a little chip in the wall, and then they wake up in the robot version of themselves. So they'll have like the daytime on Earth being with their family, and then instead of going to bed with like their wives, they go like shut off, and then they're back up in space.
It's
and
called
like,
a link.
Yeah.
Because it links them to their families and whatever. Yeah.
And they also like if there's an emergency or whatever, they get beeped and they like go back.
And then one of them.
How?
Do we go through the whole plot?
Yeah, like just.
One of them gets killed, and one of them.
Robot form.
Yeah, it's like these people. Rory Culkin, who's
actually a standout performance. He was really good.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was like this hippie guy who breaks into the house of Josh Hartnett, I think is the actor's name, and he kills his family in front of him, and then destroys his link, so that he can't. He sees his family die, and then gets destroyed himself. So now he's stuck up in the spaceship, and now he's like fully living in the spaceship 24/7, while Aaron Paul
is still returning to his family.
Yeah, and he gets to like do whatever and stay, and like he like visits, and they made a thing where they like juxtaposed the two characters, where Josh was like really cool with his wife, like really loved his family and stuff, was like a social guy. Aaron Paul, he's not.
He's very quiet. He's down there. He like, what was he doing? He was like chopping wood. Not really, like he seemed very
Chopping that wood.
distant.
He was like
from his
really
wife.
weird too to his son. Remember, he would
Yeah.
always make his son call him sir. It was like and this was like during the 50s, I think, and like he was like a conservative dad. Whatever, Josh Hartnett was a non-conservative guy.
1969.
Like, I don't know,
But-
it was just like the charts show two different, and then he starts taking control of. We should go through the quote.
Josh starts taking control of Aaron's body. Like Aaron lets him sub in and go down for like a couple of hours a day, and this keeps happening. And basically during this time, instead of painting, which is what he claims he's doing, Josh claims he's doing, he's actually down there on the low, also seducing Aaron Paul's wife, and then
He like falls in love with her.
yeah,
But it's established with his past, like with his wife and stuff, that this guy's like actually a very good guy, you know? Like he seems like a really social guy, like a nice dude, and he's just like witnessed his family die, so it's like, oh wow, he's just been through some stuff. But he seems completely sane, and like it's not right that he's trying to seduce the wife.
he's a complex character.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's like I would never call him like like he was unstable at first, but then seems to get better. Has a relationship with the wife. Then the ending.
No, he doesn't. Like he
Not
tries
like
to.
yeah.
He tries to.
No, but like
And
a
then
friendly report.
but
He's
he
not
tries
down
to-
there trying to murder anyone.
But he tries to, like, get with her, and she kind of goes along with it for a bit. But then she's like, "No, you're not him. I'm attracted to like his physical form. I'm in love with him, not you. And like you look like him and are treating me nicer than he does, but you're still not him." And then he says like, "Oh, your husband doesn't have to know." And then it's like, okay.
Yeah, he's getting sleazy. But then it's never like in a point where you think what happens later. Then he like tells Aaron Paul, oh, there's like a leak on the ship. They constantly are doing maintenance on the ship. Then Aaron Paul goes out for a spacewalk. There's no leak, and you're like, oh crap, he's just gonna let Aaron Paul loose and fly away, and he's gonna like live in Aaron Paul's link.
And Aaron Paul's wife would then never know, you know,
yeah,
who's
who
actually
the real one is.
in that body. But
yeah, then he comes back because it's like you're expecting that plot twist. So I think they were like, "Ha, what if this happened?" And then
you're expecting that to happen, not
Yeah,
that plot twist.
You're expecting this to happen, which is like a plot twist, you know. Like it would have been a plot twist, even though it's expected.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, whoa, like now he's living in his body.
But then what happens is he comes back, so you think he's deserted. He hasn't actually. He comes back, and then he's all chill, and Aaron goes to like check on his family because he suspects that something's wrong.
Yeah, he was like,
This
what
is
were
like-
you doing? And he's like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Something
So
like that.
He like goes to check on his family, finds out that they've all been like murdered, and
Yeah.
that's the ending. And now it's like, okay, great. Now neither of them have a family.
And then he like comes back and he's like, oh, like what'd you do? Like obviously hysterical, and the guy's like, man, take a seat. Like it's just so weird the way it's like, it's just very unhuman, and that one was really dumb. But the beginning was good. I like Aaron Paul.
Just messed up at the end.
Like I'd give it another bad, like
Yeah. For me, I'd give that like a 4 out of 10. It would honestly, like if they had a good ending, it could be like 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
yeah, I think so.
But like it's lost all those marks just for the ending because it made it so unsatisfying.
It's a really bad ending.
Yeah. What about you? What's your rating?
I'd give it like a I don't know, a murky mirror as well.
Sick. So the next episode, which one did we watch next?
Joan is awful.
Next episode we watched Joan is Awful, which is about this regular woman who, it starts off and it's just her going to work one day and she has kind of a tough day at work. She has to fire someone. She comes back, she receives messages like from her ex, and she's then like contemplating replying or not. She ends up deciding to reply and goes to meet him. But
Yeah.
she's like,
No, then she kisses him.
yeah, she kisses him, but then goes home to her boyfriend. So not great.
She had a bad day.
Yeah, not great. Like, that's very bad to do that. But I don't know. I'll explain the rest of the plot. She then goes home, is watching Netflix, although it's called Streamberry, which is like Black Mirror's way of being like, we're making fun of Netflix on the platform.
Yeah, they're like, we're not like other guys.
But like, you are like other guys because you're making it for the platform.
It's pretty silly.
But yeah, so they do the whole, they decide to watch Netflix, and then they see a show called Joan is Awful, and her name's Joan, and it's Salma Hayek in the show, and she has the exact same hair as the real life Joan, and it's like with the, you know, the bleach blonde dyed bits at the front. So she's like, what the heck, that looks like me. They decide to watch it, and then it's basically a play-by-play of every single thing that happened in her day. That's basically the show, the episode. Each day there's a new episode of Joan is Awful, and Salma Hayek is playing her, and then she gets fired from her work because like a breach of her trust, a breach of her contract for, you know, disclosing work.
It like ruins her life. Everybody doesn't like her. And then they have this thing where they're like, oh, okay, how she's trying to then obviously stop that, right? And she talks to her lawyer. She's like, this can't be legal. They say it is legal. They even have Salma Hayek's like person, like somehow they're able to use her legally. So she thinks, oh, I know how to stop this. I'm gonna make this so terrible that
the
Salma
reason
Hayek
it's
doesn't
legal
want to
though is because
it's terms and conditions.
yeah,
Yeah.
terms and conditions. When she signed up for Streamberry, there was a hidden clause because she didn't read the terms and conditions, and in that it states that you can have a show. You don't own the rights to your day, to your face, to any of this. And it's like
a South Park episode
whoa.
did this a while ago.
It's just like
the whole time I was like, oh, this is the South Park episode.
It's just not that deep.
Funny.
Like it doesn't. I don't know.
It like had this good notion of like AI and like which would have been cool, but like they just like were stupid about it, I think.
And then it turns out that the like big ending is like Salma Hayek is also not happy with her face being used for this anymore. So
I think the ending was good though.
Yeah, they then go, and then it turns out that the person who we think is the real Joan is not the real Joan. She's also, they're like, what are they? Simulations?
She's also a show using an actress's face because you see the picture of her, like the actress the whole time playing the fake Joan, and then
it's from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, so she's like a famous actress. So then there's like an actual real Joan that's in the real world, allegedly, that the show that we're watching is based off of, which I think that was pretty cool. Like the meta, like layers.
Yeah, I just think like the actual concept of like terms and conditions was kind of outdated and goofy.
Yeah, they should have just done like AI like that. It's like we can do it because it's not you, because this is like AI art.
Yeah, deep faking even. Like
Yeah,
I feel like, do you have the right to your face?
Yeah.
Because
probably,
I'm not sure, because there's like deep fake scandals with certain people who get inappropriate things made of them with their face, and then like I don't think you can sue people for that. Maybe I'm wrong.
But yeah, I think they're. But yeah, I thought it was.
There are possibilities from
the ending. The ending of that one was pretty good, so I'd give that like a.
I think a 5.
Yeah, like a glitchy mirror.
I'd give it. Well, that's what like the Black Mirror is.
But this one's like has like pixels and stuff on it.
I'd say it's like a yellow mirror.
It's an 8-bit mirror for me.
I just don't like the color yellow, so.
Yeah.
But like I don't hate it either, so.
Okay, so the final one, what's it called?
Maisie Day.
Maisie Day. Okay, so this one I personally liked. It's so dumb. And like I think a consistent thing throughout the season is that these plots are just stupid. which is like not a good word. They're like fantastical and not really based on the whole vibe of the show, which is technology is bad. This one is a paparazzi is following around this girl, and she's like, oh, I want to be a paparazzi for my career, but like I don't really want to be. But this one girl is like a super famous celebrity. She's going to a detox place for rehab, and if she gets this one picture of her in the rehab, she's gonna make like $1 million or something stupid.
Because she's not been seen for a long time.
Yeah. And we see this actress, she's shooting a film in another country, I think it's Croatia, and then she gets into a car accident. So you're like, oh, it looks like she killed somebody. But then you figure out later in the episode, I'm skipping to the big reveal.
Sure.
She turns into, like, all these people are like pulled up on her, and they found her in the detox place, and she's like chained to a wall, and you're like, whoa, this is kind of getting dark. And it turns out...
It looks like she's like sweating and stuff because she's having withdrawal.
Yeah, from drugs. And you're like, wow, it's because she killed this person. Like, it's such guilt on her. No, it's really that the person she hit was a werewolf. And she then transforms into a werewolf and starts trying to kill everyone.
Eats like all the paparazzi.
Yeah.
And the message of the episode is paparazzi equal bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, which is true, but it's just not that profound.
Nothing to do with
and
technology.
And it's like, what could happen? And I don't even need it to be like, but like have a deeper meaning. But it's just like...
No, you're saying you don't need it to be about technology.
Yeah.
I also don't, but that's the show.
Yeah,
it's Black Mirror, the screen.
Yeah.
Like, you're shedding the light on you. Like, why is she a werewolf?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know, episode was kind of good, and then the end was just like, whoa.
It was such a goofy
Why
episode.
have we done this?
I'd give it a gold mirror because of how bad that was. I was like, wow, this is impressively bad.
I had a very good time watching that one.
That was fun.
Yeah. And to be honest, like, very weird twist ending, but like, was made more, like, actually as like a story, was probably the best, like, written story, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of the older stuff had very simple stories that were like grounded. It was like playtest. There's just one where it's like some guy, we won't get into it, but it's like some guy, he is testing a video game, and it's a horror video game, and then it starts, and it's like very immersive, like it's all your senses. Then that just like goes to like the intensity 100. So it follows that one like story that's pretty grounded in reality.
Yeah.
The Hang the DJ,
Yeah, the one where there's a man who is trying to have intimate time on his computer, and then he gets an email saying, oh, we filmed you, you have to do all this stuff, otherwise we're going to release the footage. And then he does all the stuff, and they still release the footage.
Shut Up and Dance.
And
that was that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just to...
And then they reveal that actually what he was looking at was child pornography.
Yeah, and like
So,
you sympathize with this guy.
Yeah, you've been rooting for him the whole episode because it's a brutal situation to be in, and then it's like you feel like literally physically sick because you're like, oh my god, like I supported this guy until now.
So yeah, the old episodes, I think, concise plot,
Some of them were a
grounded
bit
in tech.
boring sometimes, I found. Some early one, I can't think of any right now, but I know I got bored in a couple. But this season was just like so much
I've been
worse.
there too. But yeah, this season was just stupid. Like overall, it doesn't even get a mirror.
I wouldn't watch it.
It gets a window. We'll give it a broken window. That's what I'd rate it.
Just don't watch it. Like there's no need. You're not gonna learn something from it. There's no benefit. I think they're trying to now hook people in with famous actors in the episodes. You know, because like
Watch No
the
Hard
material's
Feelings
not
instead.
good.
The new Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Yeah, that was a very good film.
Good fun.
Yeah.
But
So that's Ryan and Emily signing off.